We want to take you now behind the scenes at Bloomberg Go right here, where we've been asking legends from the corporate world for some insight. What advice would they give to their 18-year-old selves if they had the opportunity? Take a listen.
I think loving what you do and working hard at what you do are the two best things that you can do. And when you cease to love it, find something else.
Don't worry so much about being right. Be right, do your analysis, but be effective. So many times we get lost in being right and not being effective, and then we actually leave it up to the effective people that are wrong. So it would be try to be effective within the bounds of reasonableness as well as being right and figuring things out.
The best advice I would give anybody is don't go into a field for money, go into a field because you have a passion about what that field entails in terms of activity. Stated slightly differently, I tell the youngsters I speak with, or I would tell myself at age 18, do what you love what you do. Because if you do what you love and you love what you do, you're bound to be successful.
I guess my biggest advice is be aware that there will be setbacks, and it's all about how you respond to them. So when I was 18, I thought life was just a linear progression from one stage to the next, and I've learned it takes a more interesting path than that.
Do what you enjoy, find what you want to spend your time doing, and then focus on it. And when I say focus on it, it doesn't mean trying to become the CEO when you're 18. It means actually spending the time heads down and really trying to learn and understand the business and making that investment in your future as opposed to focusing on kind of the end result that early on.
Okay, so what advice would you give your 18-year-old self, Eric?
Oh, gosh.
It wasn't that
really
long ago
thought about
for you.
it.
I'll tell you what I would say.
I mean, I followed some of that advice, which was choose nothing for the sake of money, which is how I ended up.
That's wise. I'll tell you one thing that I've learned, which is make mistakes. I'm not sure I've ever learned from a success that I've had, but I've learned a lot from mistakes. It's made me better and stronger. So actually, making
That's
mistakes
sort of a rallying cry, as you know, for the millennial generation as well, right? Don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah, well, I believe it. It's just in my own personal experience.
Clearly, not being afraid to fail is easier said than done.
Exactly. And the main thing is just to learn from a mistake you make. Be open to it, realize it's a mistake, don't be defensive.
What would you advise your 18-year-old self beyond that?
The greatest thing, actually, I found as I've gotten older is the older I am, the less I know. At 18, I knew everything. Today, there's just so much left to learn. I love it, actually. I love just being here and learning from you.
That's why it's a great business.
It is a great business to be in. We're very fortunate.